the making of Fanny and Alexander. I just tried to do a live stream and the audio failed. I did find my microphone, but it's kind of hit or miss. When I unplug it, the computer audio doesn't work. So here goes his second attempt. Successful, I can see by the green dots as I speak. And I'm giving this 1 out of 5 stars. I hated this documentary about Fanny and Alexander. Basically, it's just Ingmar Bergman running around the set, directing the actors, and he keeps saying so, like 100 times it seems like, and I don't know what it means in Swedish, but it's annoying. And he's got this hairdo like as something out of a Three Stooges short film. And Sven Nykvist is in it. They're wheeling his camera around the set during the filming. And of course, Ingmar Bergman thinks he's a perfectionist. Each day has to take 3 minutes of movie time, which is kind of ridiculous. I mean, he even admits in a later interview that he's neurotic in that sense. And I hated the interview on this disc, by the way. It's like Criterion Collection discs. And I don't know who was more annoying, the interviewer or the director, because the interviewer kept babbling about his movies railing against the bourgeoisie, and then he makes a film promoting the bourgeoisie, and then Fanny and Alexander. So the interviewer saw a contradiction there, but the director didn't really see a contradiction. And I couldn't really follow what the interviewer was saying. And then I really couldn't follow some of the answers from Ingmar Bergman either. Like he was saying that he's authoritarian, but the other side of the coin is democracy. Maybe it's some kind of weird Swedish colloquialism, but I really couldn't understand the dichotomy there. And yeah. But getting back to the documentary, it's quite tedious. It goes through a lot of scenes that I've already seen before. And I tried to review the television version of this movie, but the occasional YouTube glitch shortens my video from like almost an hour to like 5 seconds, and so you missed the bulk of my review. I incorrectly stated that Fanny and Alexander wasn't Ingmar Bergman's last movie. It was his last feature film to appear on the big screen, I guess I should have said. And it didn't matter because, like I said, YouTube vaporized my movie reviews similar to what Yahoo did to all of my movie reviews back in 2012. So, anyways, so you see some of the happier scenes where they're partying and drinking it up. You see that at the end. Uh, the the sequence, the scenes don't go in movie sequence order. They go more like in filming sequence order. So the movie begins with the pillow fight scene, which is the first scene that Ingmar Bergman shot, I guess, to loosen up the atmosphere between the actors. I don't know. And yeah, what else? Oh, there's a scene where the grieving widow has her hand kissed by the military dude, and that's kind of a dangerous scene with the cameraman. They keep shoving him through the door super fast, while the guy's like marching, speed walking through the door. There's also the scene during Christmas time where they're sitting at the table, where they're holding hands and singing about Yule, Christmas stuff, and then Yule time, Christmas stuff, and then what else? Oh, there's a scene where Fanny and Alexander are sitting at the window, kind of wishing that their stepdad would die, that sort of thing. And that scene appears again in the interview. A lot of this stuff appears twice on this disc. It's kind of annoying. So it's like I've seen these scenes 3, 4, 5 times. I'm getting sick and tired of this movie. I think it's way overrated. And even the television version, I'm only giving it 3 out of 5 stars. I just couldn't get into this movie. I don't know why people love it so much. I thought it was kind of a boring soap opera in the beginning. Things don't really pick up steam until the father dies. And then it starts getting interesting with the cool ghost and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Ingmar Bergman just talks a lot of nonsense during the interview. On this disc, he talks about the speech and how some bishop didn't like the movie because of the speech at the end, which wasn't even part of Ingmar Bergman's whole worldview. But anyways, you can get all that information from watching the interview on this disc. There really isn't much to say about the documentary, though. It's just super boring and not really technical. Oh, there's a scene with the tomboy girl who possesses Alexander's soul. That scene was pretty cool, actually. One of the rare highlights of that movie. And so Ingmar Bergman's just sitting there telling the Alexander actor, whatever his name is, to look frightened and stuff like that. And then later on in the interview, later on in this disc, Ingmar Bergman says he can't really coerce the actors into doing what he wants. So I don't know what he means by that, but yeah, confusing interview. Didn't really make sense to me. Maybe because it was being translated. And this. Another thing I don't like about these discs is when they're doing the subtitles, they only do like partial sentences towards the end. And so you're wondering, okay, what did they say in the beginning of the sentence? And things like that is really annoying. And I'm just glad I got through all the Ingmar Bergman stuff. Probably go back in a few years and see if I can find some more Ingmar Bergman stuff. Unfortunately, towards the end of my run with Ingmar Bergman this time around, the later stuff was a lot worse than the earlier stuff. So I'm sorry to have to keep giving you these 1-star reviews, but I just can't get into these kind of movies. I mean, I don't know. Just the way they happen to be to pop up on my queue, I guess. But anyways, I've been trying to get dates on Tinder and Snapchat. I think I left my phone in the car. I hope I did. And no luck there. I was hoping to get a date tonight, and came close a couple times. I met a gal who was 4'6". She lives in the East Bay. It was kind of a bummer. And then so I couldn't really date her. I met her online on Snapchat through Tinder. And a lot of the Tinder people are like South Bay, East Bay, that kind of stuff. I don't have time to drive there. And yeah, so I started my new job first couple weeks. So I got my first pay today, and it was pretty good. It was almost $800. So made my car payment. I was caught up on my bills, and then I got 2 more bills. I didn't have enough money for the Christmas hotel for my son, but I'll probably get that next week, along with Captain Underpants activity books. Maybe I'll get his asthma refill, and next month I'll start saving money again. Hopefully I can get it up over $5,000. We'll see. But that's about it. Not much else going on. I'm going to be working Labor Day, so a grocery delivery place. Yeah, I gained about 5 pounds at my new job just because everybody brings food and stuff, and it's very tempting. Anyways, that's about it. Laters.